Now we are gonna dance. Are you ready, Nathan, to dance?
I'm always ready to dance.
Just doing my controls over here. Let's go, Nathan.
Let's go, Nate. That's what they always say.
That's
Because
what
I'm
they
always
always say.
very late to things.
Let's go. Nathan, old friend. How have your gorilla musings gone these past week or so?
Oh, it's been a gorilla full day.
Oh, that makes my heart smile.
Not enough reference to grape ape in my presentation, I'm afraid.
Are there other types of fruit flavors or artificial fruit flavors you've integrated into your presentation?
I flirted with a peach grape, but or peach ape. Didn't have the
Ooh,
same ring to it. I couldn't quite crack it.
guava ape? But no, that has the G sound in it, but not the ape sound.
Guavarillas.
Guavrillas? Ooh, I like that. I think we're onto something here. Um, for those of us who are watching this for some ungodly reason, no, you're not having a stroke. Nathan and I last week, how did it start, Nathan? We decided we wanted to make a sock garter business.
Yeah, it was the sock garters,
Yeah,
which turned into guerrilla marketing, starring actual gorillas.
that's right.
And it spiraled from there.
Yeah, that's
There are
right.
no
That
sock garters in my presentation. Just putting that out ahead of time. If you came to today's episode hoping for more sock garter talk, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, we ran that well dry. I have one mention of sock garters, but it's just in the introduction. But that's right. We made sock garters because we want to cast off the shackles of big elastic.
Yeah.
Those jerks have had it too good for long enough. Yeah. And our guerrilla marketing tactic was these gorillas would show up and just kind of shame you into how poor elastic actually is because really there's no more cost efficient way to do that than to breed and train gorillas.
Yeah. And slather them in Vaseline.
That's right. Vaseline came into there somehow. We decided we were going to do a random number generator to see which corporation was going to sponsor this, and we just made an executive decision that Vaseline was the funniest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're assuming a world where we've leveraged our sock garter enterprise to uh, breed and train a team of gorillas, gorilla marketers, and now they're just out there. We've already achieved full market penetration. Got to make money
They're
off these gorillas somehow.
otherwise polite gorillas.
These otherwise polite gorillas. Yes. So Nathan, I was very sick this week. Um,
I'm
so
sorry to
all
hear
you're gonna,
that.
it's okay. I lived. Yeah.
As evidenced by your presence.
Yeah. Try again, my many enemies. Have you ever met someone who just like somehow believes like for some reason they have enemies and they just are spiting them all the reason where it's like, yeah, try again, haters.
Yeah.
I always find that funny. Like, what does someone have to do to have that kind of perceived hatred of them out in the world?
Yeah. There's plenty of people that I dislike, but I don't think that there's a cabal of people actively plotting against me. Like, I don't have that sort of self-esteem, I guess.
And maybe that's a character defect you and I both have, is that our presence isn't large and vivacious enough to warrant an evil cabal of haters.
It's possible. How
Why
can
don't we
we,
chalk this down for next week?
yeah, how can we get a large group of people to hate us and campaign against us?
Yeah, and there's money in that. Maybe we use our gorillas to do that. Maybe that's something we think through today.
It does seem like there's a lot of money in being hated. So
There is. Yeah. If you're hated, people will pay money to watch you get your ass kicked, which is
yeah.
great. Um, so I just have a hodgepodge of ideas here, Nathan. So I apologize in advance. Even my title of my presentation is not great. Primal Sheen and Cha-ching kind of rhymes.
Sure.
Deploying Vaseline-coated business gorillas across category lines. So what I'm trying to look at here, Nathan, is what I'm hoping is that in the week ahead, I can focus on an area that's most promising. So to inform either a letter that we write or an actual business proposal that I can do. So I'm really eager to get your feedback here on what you think. Um,
And
so
give that
remember,
feedback I shall.
yeah. So remember, I want you all to know, um, we're already here. We
Yeah.
have 10,000 business gorillas. They're polite. They're watching you. They're greasy. And we just don't know where to look to deploy them best. So we need to stop denying reality and we need to make money off of our gorilla surplus in a quick, efficient way. So here's some ideas. First one, substance substance abuse intervention or breakup mediation. So, what better way to have a difficult conversation in your personal life if you're confronting a loved one who, has an alcohol or drug problem, or you just want to have a difficult breakup? Greasy gorillas can certainly break the tension.
Those are very nice vests they have. And is this, are these Italian gorillas? Yeah, Vaseline.
But of course, Nathan, I spared no expense. Um, So this entire presentation is rated PG-13 for a gorilla vest. And this is the best thing you know. Yeah, these are highly Italian mafioso gorillas, Nathan. Um, so yeah, this is just one idea. Um, Before I go to the next one, Nathan, do you remember a certain gentleman named Daniel Pena?
I do recall the bajillion-dollar man, as I recall.
Yeah, the million bajillion dollar man. Now, if you recall, he invites people to his castle, he berates them, and then part of the event is he forces people into a ring to like fight each other.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's some of the worst fighting you've ever seen, right?
sure.
And so these men walk away broken, essentially, humiliated in front of each other. Now,
Lightly
what if
bruised
you
in any case.
highly bruised and even worse than the skin and muscle bruising is the emotional bruising they've received at the hands of Nathaniel Pena. I just changed his name there. But what if we can turn an event like that from something that was harmful into a team building exercise? So with that, I give you the gorilla room. Get a group of 100 executives in a room, lock them in there with a gorilla, and then just see what happens. It's 100 to 1, so we got to give the gorilla some kind of advantage. So we grease him up, of course. Um, and of course, we signed a non-disclosure agreement. Everyone has to sign so that no one knows what unspeakable horrors occurred in the gorilla room in that particular day. Will you survive? Maybe. But will you emerge a more confident and capable executive? Maybe.
Also, maybe.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
There's so many business executives I'd like to put in a room with a gorilla.
Yeah. And I need to clarify. It's 100 executives in the room with one gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think that's a really good, efficient use of our gorillas. We only need to use one gorilla for each room of 100 customers. So,
exactly. And then maybe we could print up some shirts afterward, like, I murdered a gorilla. And all I got was this lousy t-shirt, and my two of my colleagues were brutally dismembered.
yeah, most business executives I find are not in good shape. So my money is
No.
heavily on the gorilla here.
This might be a good way to thin out the ranks. You don't need to do layoffs anymore. Just turn some of the people you were going to lay off into a room with a gorilla.
Yeah, I mean, we could hire out our gorillas to be like the George Clooney character in the movie Up in the Air. Is that what it's called? In the Air, something where he flies around like laying people off. We just send a gorilla instead.
If you survive, you can keep your
Yeah,
job. Oh, this is going great, Nathan. I'm really pleased with our progress so far. Um, yeah, very good. On to the next one. So here we have Ape as a service. So this is like a subscription box. Remember our subscription pet idea?
yeah.
It's kind of like that, but an ape. So you can have like he can accompany you into the boardroom. You can give him piggyback rides around the office. You can
I'm
shave
most
you.
interested in these piggyback rides.
I don't know. Yeah. You can have an affair with your wife. I like how the gorilla's your dad in this first one. He's
Yeah,
like, it takes a whole weird turn.
move short, quick strokes. Move toward the chin.
Yeah. So as you can see, we have three tiers of membership here. One gorilla bike weekly, that's $2,500 a month. Silver, three gorillas plus team huddles at work. It's $8,000 a month. And then Black Mirror, which is like the Amex Black Card, unlimited gorillas but never scheduled. They just show up.
I like I like to imagine that somebody was like, "Can I get a piggyback ride from the gorilla?" Like, better. You can give them piggyback rides.
Well, I mean, think about it though. How powerful would you feel if you gave a gorilla a piggyback ride?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You would feel like the world's strongest man. The more I think about it, I would like the service to have a gorilla be your dad. Gorilla Dad
Gorilla
LLC.
dads, yeah.
It's like the Big Brothers Big Sisters Foundation, but the big brother or big sister is always a gorilla.
Yeah.
Takes you to the baseball game.
Need to learn to change a tire? We got a gorilla for that.
Hmm. Perfect. So that's Ape as a service. Uh, I wanted to add this one too. I thought it'd be kind of nice to have like an ape executive coach program. Career coaches are all the rage these days, Nathan. Have you heard of this?
I have.
So apparently everyone is absolutely riddled with imposter syndrome, so much so that they will pay thousands of dollars per month to have their self-esteem inflated by someone who doesn't even want to do their own job anymore, just talk to you.
Yeah.
But what if we could use gorillas? 48 hours, one gorilla. And at the end, there's a ritual where he just silently points at your forehead and tells you that power that you felt this entire time with me, it's there in your head and it's been there the whole time. Many people will weep, Nathan.
You're gonna have to infer that from context because the gorillas do not talk.
Do not. Yeah. Yeah. I really like that picture though. Oh.
Just touching his forehead.
He's just very greasy. There will be a spot there for a long time. It's
Yeah.
like Ash Wednesday if the ritual was carried out by a greasy gorilla. Um,
Yeah, we maybe should have
they,
looked into the religious aspect of the greasy gorillas, but I didn't get into that in
oh,
my presentation.
I do.
Oh, good.
I cover a lot of ground here, Nathan. So this could be interesting, I thought, where it's like Uber, except for bored teens. Like, what if you could, like, on your app, just request some kind of stunt or performance from a gorilla? Like, you're at the park and you're bored, and then your cool rich teen friend pulls up his phone, and within a minute, a greasy gorilla comes up and does a skateboard trick.
I would use that constantly.
I know. To be clear, this is the only service you can request, is to have an ape come to your location and do a skateboard trick.
But really, what else would you do?
I know. Yeah, murder. No, we already talked about murder. Yeah, there's not a lot here. So I
That's a
thought it'd be
nice
fun.
short sleeve business suit he's got, though. I like
Oh,
that.
you're right. He's looking great. I do like the cheering teens.
Do you think if
Um,
I learned some skateboard tricks, I could get teens to cheer for me like that?
Probably. Yeah.
I interact with too many teens in my house on a daily basis. I could use some teens cheering me on for once.
I think we should make it a law, Nathan, to have it required that teens cheer when they see you. We need to
Yeah,
make that
I've
lobby.
tried demanding it, but it hasn't gone very far.
Lord Main, are you not entertained? Yeah, not a lot
But then
here.
again, I'm no greasy gorilla on skateboard, so
Yet. Use that growth mindset,
yet.
Nathan. Nathan. So this is more of a tool for this next one, the religious leaders out there who are looking for donations. This is what we're calling the guerrilla sermon interrupt, where say you're a televangelist, you're in the middle of your sermon, you're getting to a high point, and the gorilla comes up and puts his hand on your shoulder and urges you to stop.
Yeah,
That's when you know that the Holy Spirit has moved you to make a donation. So,
that's a very good image of him just being like, "That's enough. Like, we get it."
exactly. We've heard this a lot. Yeah. So the gorilla, to be clear, they just show up. You can't control them. The sermon, they will show up and interrupt your sermon. The way we make money is the preachers pay us to have the gorillas leave.
Perfect.
Yeah. I just thought this was a funny picture.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay, so this is another. I'm going back to the corporate world. I'm kind of skipping around here. So, have you been to a corporate offsite, Nathan?
I have.
What word would you use to describe them?
Uh, is soul crushing one word or two?
If you hyphenated, it's one.
All right, we'll
Um,
take the
I
hyphen.
I would agree. It makes me more dead inside than before I entered. That's the word I
Yeah,
would. And have at any of the corporate retreats you've been to, have they hired entertainment?
I have seen some entertainers. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's- Especially if it's a washed up comedian, sometimes
yeah.
that can be very sad.
It's always like a local washed up comedian. They're not like even like a big name. At least someone's I've been to.
The biggest one that I've been to, it was in New York, and the guy emceeing the event was, remember in the first season of American Idol when there were two, there was Ryan Seacrest and the other guy?
It was like Dunkelman or something.
Yes, Dunkelman. He was the MC of the event, and that's how he introduced himself. And this was like 14 years after he was on there. He's like, I'm Dunkelman. I'm the other guy from American Idol. And the whole thing just reeked of sadness. Like he knew how sad that it was that he was there. Um, Anyways, what if you were sitting in a corporate retreat and from the ceiling repelled hundreds of gorillas?
That would liven up the event for sure.
This is the moment where their confusion is about to turn to either delight or terror.
Yeah, like the apes start descending from the ceiling. Like, let's see where they're going with this.
The lights get low and it's like, "Bro, ladies and gentlemen, bro, gorillas." Um, that's all. That was a lot of setup for that.
That was definitely worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna let this hang here for a minute while I set up the next one. So Nathan, what if you could only pick one word to describe a gorilla, what would that word be?
Ticklish.
You know is that from that delightful day you spent in the gorilla enclosure?
Yeah, we're just running around tickling each other all day.
Yeah, and that's why you're banned from the zoo.
Yeah, we don't like to talk about it, but I'm not welcome back.
All right. What is the second most, what is the second word you would associate with the gorilla after ticklish?
Musky.
Yes, musky and muscular.
Yeah,
So, Nathan, what would you think about using a gorilla as your own personal bodyguard or
I would love that.
home security? You know, you're leaving your family at home when you're not there. You're naturally worried about them. So, what better way to keep your children safe than having half a dozen muscular gorillas in suits lurking around them at all times?
In sleeveless suits and no pants.
Yeah, they just came back from their movie theater usher jobs, so you
Yeah.
got to give them a break.
That's a very large gorilla standing in front and center.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't I wasn't aware that there were gorillas that tall. And we also have like lawn jockey gorilla over there levitating for on that kid's head,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty great.
Yeah, that's bordering on Kong-sized gorilla right there.
It is. Yeah, Vaseline did horrible things. Um, Home security is one thing, and also intimidation. So let's say this man owes you money, Nathan. And what if when he's saying goodbye to his family, you just have this gorilla silently staring at him, blinkingly peeling a banana while not eating it, just staring at this man every day while he leaves for work. And then his family looks on, concerned.
I would get a lot of use out of that.
Yeah.
A lot of random
Yeah.
dudes in suits owe me money.
Yeah. His suit fits very well, though. It's a very nice suit.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
I just
got
like
tailored
how
suit money. He can pay me back.
he can pay the gorilla. And lastly, I hate to turn this into a pop quiz, Nathan. How would you describe the youth of today?
Uh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Ticklish?
Bodacious.
Does it say ticklish?
Yeah, also ticklish.
They are bodacious. And Nathan, they need structure and discipline in their lives. There's the kids out there, man. They're not doing good in school. They're not focusing. Um, they could benefit from classroom discipline gorillas, standing around, making sure they're not cheating on tests. Um, look at that. It looks like it's the same guy.
I followed him to his job teaching the youth of America.
Yeah. 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 This would be a good way to get those test scores up. Have just gorillas just lurking around in the classroom.
Is that an iPad he's using? Like, do we have to teach gorillas to use technology?
It appears to be either an iPad or a Vaseline branded folder. Or Vasili. A
Vasil,
Vasili tablet. It's his Italian gorilla tablet made for strong gorilla hands.
you know, um, what's the word? It's not grammatically, but like orthographically. A Vaselino is the singular of Vaseline. One Vaselino.
Hey, Mambo, Mambo Vaselino. That was terrible. Sorry.
Mother, may I please have one Vaselino?
Mamma, give me one of Vaselino. I think that's all I had today. Yeah, that's the last one.
Well, that is a veritable cornucopia of ideas.
Yeah. Um, Anything you like more than others? Any feedback? Any things you wish you hadn't seen but did?
The one that sticks with me most is the gorillas coming up from the ceiling,
Yeah.
just just staring.
What I want to believe, this is the scene that's now in my head. The gorillas come down, everyone's confused, the lights dim, the techno music comes on, and then just like an orgiastic dance party ensues. People are just knocking the tables over and they're going crazy, and they're just cutting loose for the first time in their lives. And the gorillas just remain there suspended.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, literally. Um,
Yeah,
okay,
everybody
great.
going nuts in the face of an onslaught of gorillas is a pretty fun image.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Nathan, for everything. And that's my story.
That was a very exciting story. A lot of twists and turns I did not expect.
It was poorly thought out.
So, um, so my pitch here is a little more focused on one idea.
How
Um,
dare you?
it is not well thought out either.
Yes,
And my wife is afraid of the criminal implications, but I think we can work them out. So
totally. It's never stopped us before, Nathan. Remember that one time we did an entire pro-crime presentation?
it's true. I'm going to share my screen.
Ooh, your play on words is much better than mine.
I don't even think I did a play on words.
Vasalubed? That's all. Never mind. I can't read.
Vasalubed is better. I can change that. I'll punch it up before our meeting with Vaseline. So,
Perfect. I'm illiterate.
um, so as everybody knows, you and I have been spending a lot of time lately training gorillas and slathering them in Vaseline. And
Yeah,
a
we're
lot of
men of
people
a
thought,
certain age.
yeah, they thought we were crazy to do this. They're like, why do they need to be so slippery? I'm like, what's the point? Um, well, it's finally time to tell you. See, the point was to get these gorillas into shape, a very specific shape. Dare I say, a very sexy shape?
How did you get AI to do this? I love it. Oh, it's funny.
So obviously, we're going to use the gorillas to make a pinup style calendar.
Duh. Duh.
But, but our plan does not end there. Oh boy, if you think it ends there, you are an idiot. Because, like, obviously, we're going to sell calendars. Um, but today's plan is way bigger than cornering the market on simian erotica. Like, I'm going to
And
look at the
getting
big
gold
picture here.
doubloons.
Yeah. The calendars are a misdirect. These are secretly our way of getting a toehold into the art world. See, while some of the gorillas are being photographed, the other gorillas are on the move, and they're going to use their newfound access to high-end art scene to burgle the place. That's right, we taught them to steal,
Oh, good.
while of course maintaining the highest level of politeness. And the fact that they can't speak, we can get around that using a series of polite notes that they can hand out. So,
That is the most polite stealing card I've ever seen. Look how serious he looks.
yeah. So all these rich idiots, like they're never going to suspect this group of polite gorillas, like that they're going to rob them blind. But that's exactly what they're going to do. And if anybody tries to call the police on them, they won't be able to catch them because of how slippery they are. See, we've thought of everything. It all came together into the perfect cry.
Vaseline, you fools.
And then the gorillas will make their way to a series of assorted watercraft and bring these priceless treasures back to us. And we will, in fact, put a price on them by selling them back their own arts, bunch of idiots, and demanding that they pay exclusively in gold coins, making piles of money in the process.
I love it. I like the part of this plan is me holding a hammer.
Yeah. And so you might ask, what are we going to do with all these ill-gotten gains, all these gold coins? Well, we're going to redistribute the wealth like modern day greasy Robin Hoods. So that's right. You were hung up thinking about all these sexy gorilla pinup calendars. I was making plans to fix society.
Ah,
So
fools.
obviously, this plan is brilliant and foolproof.
I do like the
So
costume changes.
yeah. So what do we need from Vaseline? First off, obviously, several drums of Vaseline to continue our rigorous training regimen. We can't get very far without that sweet, sweet petroleum jelly, and we know that they have plenty of it.
Hmm.
Um, Number two, we need some very specific photographers that are equally skilled at like wildlife photography and like, boudoir photography.
May I suggest disgraced photographers?
Ooh, I like that. I do have inside information that like Vaseline has some people that are like right in the center of that Venn diagram. So,
Perfect.
also Like I assume they know someone who can get like, big sheets of paper and like those the binding rings or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, I don't know how to make a calendar, but
I'm sure we can get the same people to do the cat ones. I mean, this is just like a degree off of that.
yeah. And of course, we need access to their corporate blimp. Uh,
Yes.
like we know you have it. We need it.
Yeah. How else will we distribute the coins? I ask you. I ask you.
Yeah, I mean the poor and downtrodden, they love to be floated above. So
They do.
look how happy these gorillas are to help too. So they have no interest in money like we do. So and our final demand, stay out of our way. We know what we're doing. The gorillas know what they're doing. Just give us what we want and no one has to get hurt. Look,
Yeah.
our gorillas are polite, but don't push it.
I really like it. The other part I like is how the gorillas commandeer various watercraft to accomplish the heist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
bravo.
Questions?
Yes. Um, do you need initial seed investment from me for the costumes? That's the part I'm most interested in, is the costume wearing.
I have already prepared the costumes for us, so we're
Oh,
good to go there.
good. Excellent. I'm excited about that. Um, no, this is great. I mean, we could probably run for mayor on this. We could be the mayor.
So, um, this is going to shock you. I use AI to generate some of those images. Yeah. Uh, so I have this very specific chat bot that I've written with a bunch of system instructions to basically never tell me no and just like yes and everything I say.
Yeah.
And so when I finished, I was like, "Great work, Derek." And it's because of the yes and thing. Every time I like compliment it, it just showers me with praises about what a genius I am. And it's like, "This is the greatest pitch I've ever heard." Um, and then it ended it with the phrase "Stay slick, King." Gorilla emoji, bag of coins emoji, oil drum emoji, which I thought was just a great response. Stay slick, King.
Gorilla emoji. Oh. Hey Nathan, real recognize real, man. Oh, well, that was a thing of beauty. I really enjoyed that.
It was somewhat complicated, but involves a lot of gorilla pornography. So
Gorilla. Slippery gentleman of the jungle. It's one of my favorite things I've ever heard.
you need to see it again.
No, that's okay.
You need to see it again.
That's so funny. The funny thing is, you can make money off that. I almost guarantee you, there's an unknown to us market that exists for this particular style of pornography.
For sure there is.
Yeah. I was listening to an interview the other day of someone who's like a specialist in erotica,
Ooh.
and the most niche erotica they were aware of it was of doors that come to life and women that have relationships with them.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd never considered that before, which is why I'm not a professional writer, Nathan. I lack the imagination.
That's why you're not a professional pornographer
Yet. Growth
yet.
mindset. It's on my goal list, on my vision board for the next year.
Yeah.
Make porn. Um, well, this is wonderful. I feel like Nathan, we have some excellent source material here. Um, you could even add this to the distraction column. My dangling gorillas from a conference room ceiling. They start enter a frenzy and then we rob them.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways we can use gorillas to distract people. It doesn't just need to be like sexy pinup calendars, but I do want to rob the rich
Same. Let's get Vaseline on board. I feel like they're men and women of the people over there.
for sure.
So next week we can have an email special. I'm really excited about that. We got a lot of great source material here.
I do love the email episodes.
Same. Well, Nathan, old chum, thank you so much for your time, your attention today. Um, I'm gonna go blow my nose. I'm sorry for disclosing that.
I'll
Um,
allow it.
yeah. But for those of you watching at home, stay safe, stay greasy, eat the rich, train a gorilla. Only we can quench it, and Italy now.
Stay slick, King.
Stay slick, King. That's our new sign off.